I was scared to death. I have not looked through the eyepiece of a camera at an actor in all that length of time. What would my first film be about? It certainly wasn't going to be about war. I had my belly full of war, and I came out a terrific pacifist. So what would it be about? A man from RKO, he came and he said, I've got just the story. 3 powerhouse guys had written scripts on this thing. They missed the idea. I said, what idea? He said, the idea I got when I bought this Christmas card. And in about 9 paragraphs, there was this story. A man who was a failure was given the opportunity to come back and see the world as it would have been had he not been born. And he finds out no man is a failure. Well, my goodness, this thing hit me like a ton of bricks. It's carried out in this unique plot because a man who thought he was a failure and thought everybody around him would have been better off had he not been born was given the chance to see how the world around him would have been, his own small little world, would have been had he not been born.
And he hired Hackett and Goodrich, 2 of the finest writers that have ever been in motion pictures. It's wonderful. And in 2 weeks, they had, without it being an actual happening, without it being a play, a book, or anything, this from just these little lines, just little tiny thoughts. This is the way It's a Wonderful Life originated.
I think when he came back from the war, first of all, he didn't know if he could pick up his career again because it had been so long. And did he want to? Was it trivial? You know, after what he'd been through, is just making movies and trivial. And then I think, you know, Capra came to him with this film, and it was the vehicle for him to get back into filmmaking.
He, I think, felt a little insecure about his technique at that time because it had been years since he had stood in front of a camera. And it was interesting to watch him regain his confidence and take control.
Creating moments in movies, this, I think, is the important thing. Nobody knows exactly how it happens. What you should do is to prepare yourself as best you can to make these moments happen. It's really not so much the performance. It's really not there are moments. There are moments.
I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way.
I just kind of had this bond with him because my father was still in Canada and I hadn't seen him for quite a while. And he was so kind and nice and so very tall. And I'm short now, but I was shorter then when I was 10.
Janie, go on. I told you to practice. Now go on, play.
Oh, Daddy.
You try and get some sleep.
I'm not sleepy. I want to look at my flower.
I know, but you just go to sleep, and then you can dream about it.
I have to admit that I actually sat down and I watched the movie when I was 40 years old. First time I ever saw it. And I really felt like it was a piece of film history at that time. And I feel so grateful that I was a part of that film and that I could be that little girl Zuzu and have that special line at the end of the movie.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
And when it first came out, strangely enough, it wasn't a big commercial success, was it?
No.
And over the years, it's developed into one of those minor classics that you've become stronger every year.
Well, it's amazing. It's become such a Christmas picture.
Right.
All over the world.
poor George Bailey wanted to go see the world and he wanted to travel. And when I was younger, I saw the film. I was kind of mad at the town for putting all this pressure on him to stay and everything, but he did. And it's a film about sacrifice and pulling in your borders and making the life that you have with the people you have around you mean something.
Capra was the master of the use of sentiment. And since I was a little corny myself and believed that was like garlic, one of the great ingredients for flavoring a story, if not overused like garlic, I respected him as the master.
A toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town.
In a sense, it epitomizes everything I've been trying to do and trying to say in the other films, only does it very dramatically with a very unique story. The importance of the individual is the theme that it tells, and that no man is a failure, and every man has something to do with his life. If he's born to do something.